What's up, monksters? We are back with another video. I am Hoy and
Jasmin, baby Dominic.
Baby Dominic, Prince Dominic of Detroit. That's funny, Dominic. We got a special treat for you guys today. We want to honor the Reverend, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So we have a special video for you guys today. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, we would love to have you guys to join the Monksters. Go ahead and subscribe down below. Like this video while you're at it. We definitely need you guys. We want to meet you guys. We want you guys to be a part of the Monksters. So if you have subscribed, go ahead. You heard Dominic. If you have subscribed, go ahead and invite one person to subscribe to the channel with you. If you already invited one person, thank you so much. We absolutely appreciate you. But we want to ask you to invite one more person if you already invited one. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and we're about to get rolling.
You make my hair look like this.
Oh, man, what you want to make your hair look like that for? Well, I like the way your hair wear natural. That's good, man. You know, I wish more of the young children today would wear their hair natural like Dr. Martin Luther King did. That's right. You ain't never seen Dr. Martin Luther King with no mess of Jerry curl on his head. Ain't that right? Amen. Dr. King ain't come and walk around like that. You know, sweet, I met Dr. Martin Luther King once.
And you lying. You ain't never met Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I met Dr. Martin Luther King in 1962 in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm walking down the street, minding my own business, just walking on, feeling good. I walk around the corner, man woke up, hit me in my chest, right? I fall on the ground, right? And I look up, it's Dr. Martin Luther King. I said, Dr. King. He said, oops, I thought you were somebody else.
Oh, man, you lying. You ain't never met Martin Luther the King.
Knocked the wind out of me. Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
All right, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I mean, that's one of our favorite, actually it's your favorite movie. She let you guys know where that scene came from. It's actually your favorite movie, which is Coming to America. Actually not your favorite, but one of your favorite.
One of my many favorites.
It's an absolutely hilarious movie. Ain't that right, Dominic? Yeah. So what we have done today in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, we have researched five interesting facts that each of us didn't know about. So I'm pretty excited to get into this video. We didn't want to tell each other because we wanted to learn some things in our findings. We had to give the titles so we didn't come up with the same, 5 facts, but they're different and I'm excited to learn about them. So let's get into it.
Okay, so the first thing that I found was that Dr. Martin Luther King's name actually wasn't Martin. It was originally Michael. So his dad changed both of their names after he traveled to Germany and became inspired by the Protestant Reformation leader, Martin Luther.
Man, that's crazy. I grew up having Black history in school and I didn't even know that. And a funny story is we had to make sure that we didn't, she found it first. And when I saw it, I immediately wanted it on my list. And so I was like, oh, I just found out something interesting. She was like, what is it? And I was like,
is it Michael? You were like, yeah.
I was like, yeah. So my interesting fact is Dr. King entered college at the age of 15. I didn't know this. Dr. King was such a gifted student that he skipped grades 9 and 12 before enrolling in 1944 at Morehouse College, the alma mater of his father and maternal grandfather. Although he was the son, grandson, and grandson of Baptist ministers, Dr. King did not intend to follow the family vocation until Morehouse president Benjamin E. Mays, a noted theologian, convinced him otherwise. King was ordained before graduating college and a degree in sociology. Man, that's crazy. He didn't even want to become a reverend, but God has other plans, just like us. We didn't want to become pastors. We never had no dreams of saying, "Oh yeah, you know what? Let's become youth pastors." And they had to be spoken over us, and people had to believe that that's what God called us to do, to answer the call.
Facts. What? My shy self?
Right. Neither one of us.
I'm not the one to be in front of people.
Neither one of us likes attention, nor do we seek it.
No.
We're good being behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay, so my second one is he attempted suicide at 12.
Mm.
And this one was really sad because it said that dearest to King in his early years was his maternal grandmother, whose death in 1941 left him shaken and unstable, upset because he learned of her fatal heart attack while attending a parade without his parents' permission. The 12-year-old King attempted to commit suicide by jumping from a second-story window.
Man, I didn't even know that.
It's sad.
It's very sad, man. If you know, well, you don't know, but Jasmine and I have a very close place in our heart for suicides. And if you're out there and you are battling suicide, I'm going to take this moment to pause. If you're battling suicide, if you're having suicidal thoughts, trust and believe, you matter. You mean more than you know. And we're pulling for you. We're praying for you. We're believing God's best for you. Don't believe the lie. Don't believe those tendencies or those thoughts that's coming to you. Trust me, the world is a better place with you in it.
Yes. Please do not leave.
Please, please, please. Please, please. We're serious about that. So my number 2 would be Dr. King narrowly escaped an assassination attempt a decade before his death. On September 20th, 1958, Dr. King was in Harlem signing copies of his new book, Stride Towards Freedom, in Bluestein department store when he was approached by Izola Ware Curry. The woman asked if he was Dr. King, and after he said yes, Curry said, "I've been looking for you for 5 years," and she plunged a 7-inch letter opener into his chest. The tip of the blade came to rest alongside his aorta. Is that how you say that? Aorta, his artery. I know it's his artery. But it came to rest alongside that, and King underwent hours of delicate emergency surgery. Surgeons later told King that just one sneeze could have punctured his aorta and killed him. From the hospital bed where he convalesced for weeks, King issued a statement affirming his nonviolent principles and saying he felt no ill will towards his mentally ill attacker. Man, that's brave, man, and that's the power of forgiveness, man. To be able to forgive somebody that just put you in a hospital bed. But we look at Jesus.
Put you in a casket.
Right, and we look at Jesus though. Jesus hung on that cross, and he asked God to forgive them very people that hung him there. So that's a different level of forgiveness right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my third one is Martin Luther King was imprisoned nearly 30 times. According to King Center, the civil rights leader went to jail 29 times. He was arrested for acts of civil disobedience and on trumped-up charges, such as when he was jailed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1956 for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone.
5 minutes over, you go to jail for driving. 5 miles, my bad. 5 miles for going over the speed limit, you go to jail. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine being in prison once, let alone 30 times. Man. My third one is Dr. King's last public speech foretold his death. King had come to Memphis in April of 1968 to support the strike of the city's black garbage workers, and in a speech on that night before his assassination, he told an audience at Mason Temple Church, like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as people, will get to the promised land, and I'm happy tonight. Thank you for the soundtrack. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Man. He already spoke about it. He already knew what was coming spiritually.
Okay, my fourth one is he was the youngest person at the time to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. So when Martin Luther King Jr. received a Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality through nonviolence, he was just 35 years old, the youngest man at the time to do so. His prize included a check for $54,123, which he donated to various organizations, Congress on Racial Equality, the NAACP, National Council of Negro Women, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and others to aid in the progress of the civil rights movement.
That's powerful, man. Shout out to Dr. King, man, the youngest person to win a Nobel Peace Prize. That's amazing accomplishment.
And donated all his winnings.
That's definitely amazing right there. My fourth one is George Washington is the only other American to have had his birthday observed as a national holiday. So Dr. Martin Luther King and George Washington are the only two Americans that have their birthdays acknowledged as a national holiday. That's huge. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill that created a federal holiday to honor Dr. King. The holiday, first commemorated in 1986, is celebrated on the third Monday of January, close to civil rights leader January 15th's birthday. It's close to Dr. King's birthday, which is January 15th.
So my fifth one is Dr. Martin Luther King was awarded 20 honorary degrees and named Man of the Year by Time magazine. So during his lifetime, he received 20 degrees from colleges and universities across the U.S. and around the world. In 1963, he became the first African American to be named Time magazine's Man of the Year.
Man, Dr. King was responsible for a lot of firsts, especially as an African American, and I'm just grateful for his sacrifice and what he meant to this country. You know, all nationalities alike, not just black people. So I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful that God gave Dr. King the purpose that he gave him. My fifth one, which I kind of knew this one, but I didn't learn this one as a child. I learned this as an adult. That Dr. King's first time giving the I Have a Dream speech was actually here in Detroit. And when I found that out, I was like, that's pretty dope that he gave it here. And then so I just got a little bit of information on it. You know, I didn't know, the when, the how, the where, etc., etc. A little over 2 months before King spoke in front of Lincoln Memorial on August 28, 1963, he gave another impassioned speech at the Walk of Freedom in Detroit on June 23rd. Though the event has become somewhat overshadowed by the larger Washington March, it was, in fact, the largest civil rights demonstration to date at that time and was called one of the most wonderful things that has happened in America by Dr. King himself. The event was organized by Detroit Councils of Human Rights, a group formed of religious leaders and activists who conceived of the march in order to raise funds for awareness for the civil rights contemporaries in the South, as well as protest the issue of segregation in the North. The date of June 23rd was chosen to honor the 20th anniversary of the Detroit riots, which happened in 1943. A crowd of approximately 100,000 marched down Woodward Avenue from Adelaide St. to Cobo Hall, including Mayor and the Governor of Michigan. King was principal speaker and was introduced by Charles C. Diggs, Jr., the first African-American elected to the Congress from Michigan. His 30-minute speech was very much an early version of the more well-known Washington speech. For compassion, both begin with a reference to Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation, and how it was time to lift the nation from its quicksands of racial injustice, and both end with the I Have a Dream refrain, famous dreams, spoken about at both, discuss white and black children holding hands as brothers and sisters, and his hopes for children not being judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. We honor you, Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King, for your sacrifice, for your obedience to God. We're just grateful. And the fact that we can live in a place, in a country now, although we have a little ways to go, or far ways to go, I can say, depending on how you look at it, we've come a far way. That dream of seeing black and white children, all nationalities, being able to hold hands, being able to, freely, I should say, and it's not no law or anything against it, but be able to freely worship together at church, be in places together. It's not no four whites or four colored signs no more. So we're grateful for the life.
Be biracial.
Be biracial. You know, we're grateful for the life, the legacy, and the memory of the amazing Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We thank you. We thank your family for their sacrifice. We honor you for your sacrifice. You were willing to put your life on the line, and you did put your life on the line. So we're forever grateful, and everybody else should take the time to appreciate how far we've come, although we have a great distance to go in this country. We want to challenge you guys to make an effort to genuinely get to know someone. Know them by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. That's our challenge to you guys. As we close this video, again, we are grateful, like forever grateful, that we're not where we need to be, but we are no longer where we were. So we're grateful for that. Mm-hmm. In the comments, did we list some interesting facts that you guys didn't know? What was your favorite one that we did list? Let us know in the comments. You know, what did you think about this video? How did you like it? You know, are there some things that you believe that we could have touched on in our research? Or if you have some interesting facts that you would like to share, load them all up in the comments. Load them up in the comments. Just load them up. Any interesting facts that you want to share about Dr. King, load them up in the comments below. Now, as we close, if you are new to the channel, we would love to have you be a part of the Monksters. We need you guys to subscribe, like this video down below, click that notification bell, you know, so you get notified when we upload videos and all of our content. So again, our practice is always, we're going to try, in Jesus' name, Sundays and holidays to upload a video. But until next time, God loves you. We love you. Let's become better. And we're going to leave you with something from Dr. King. Don't forget to subscribe. And let's roll that right now.
Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.